If you grew up in Fort Wayne and are 30 or 40-something, you probably spent some time on Phil Steigerwald's lap. Steigerwald was Santa Claus to thousands of children, and tonight he's in my Indiana Spotlight. It's been about 40 years since Phil Steigerwald first put on his famous red suit and sat on his throne at Wolf & Dessauer department store. The store was the place to be at Christmas time, mostly because of Phil's presence.
They took the auditorium up on the 4th floor, and they had a terrific interior designer who made that the Wonderland. And there was a maze for children to walk through, and they would visit with Santa, get their picture taken, and there were tremendous crowds. There was nothing to see 1,000 children in one day.
When Phil started, he worked 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. A half-hour live show was carried each weekday from 4 to 4:30 on TV 33, which whipped kids into a holiday frenzy.
They would be 5 or 6 or maybe more technicians from your station, 2 or 3 carts full of all kinds of electronic equipment hauled from the station there, and then it had to go back to the station in time to get the local news. So, I mean, it was really a task each day. That went on for years, too.
In his years of playing Santa Claus, Phil has had many touching and funny moments, but one during a visit with handicapped children stands out in his mind.
I called off this one boy's name, and he grabbed the arms of his very rigid wood chair, pulled himself up, and took a step or two over to get it from. You know, if I knew they couldn't come, I would reach over and hand it to them. But as he took the first step, the crowd just went, oh, like that. And I didn't know until I left that day that was the first step that 8 or 10-year-old ever took. And that kind of a feeling is what made Christmas that year.
The days of the old Wolf & Dessauer department store are long gone, but Phil is still busy in his real estate office, and he hasn't put the suit away. He has 44 private appearances booked between now and Christmas Eve, some of the homes he's gone to for 30 years. And if you used to visit with Phil Santa, you'll be glad to know that his rules of good behavior haven't changed.
You know, that you had to go to bed on time, you know, and eat all your supper and brush your teeth, hang up all your clothes, you know, and put away your toys. But the most important rule of all was that there would be absolutely no peeking.
One of Steigerwald's biggest challenges is keeping his part-time identity a secret from his 7 grandchildren.
Well, it looks like it is going to be a windy night tonight, but those winds should die down as we get towards